was the most random moment I have ever seen in anything. Hey guys, Blazie here, and welcome to my review of Dragons and Iron Realms Season 7. Whew, yeah, Season 7 now. This was a bit of a wacky season here and there, but in the end, I did love it. But I do have my issues for sure. I do think the last season was better with Thunder going alpha, which doesn't happen again, and the little moments that gave me How to Train a Dragon vibes, which don't really happen here. But I am more excited than ever for the next season, as this season did go in a really good direction. So let's get started with this review. As usual, going through each episode, so enjoy, and eventually we'll get into why Thunder was dancing like he did. Episode 1 is a D'Angelo episode, which are usually my least favourite, but this one was pretty solid. So D'Angelo is working at his little dragon hospital and his dad comes in, basically angry that he's playing doctor and not actually helping with keeping watch for Buzzsaw. He then meets the others in the lair, being upset since he just wants to help at the hospital, while Tom and crew want to get the dragon book back from Buzzsaw, so there's some arguments there. Though I am on Dee's side here, helping out injured dragons matters too. During the night, Dee and his dad find a little hobgoblin that almost chokes to death on a sensei chewed up, and the dad reluctantly saves him. And because of this, the little hobgoblin loves him and won't leave him. Basically, it's now a story of, ew, I hate dragons, but this one attached to me made me like them. And then in the morning, the writers go off to find Buzzsaw without Dee, whose dad has a dragon in the bed. Muh. D'Angelo explains to him a bond was formed, and so now we get a couple of cute scenes of the hobgoblin following him around doing what he does, and it is really adorable. I really did love these scenes, but it does end with the dad putting him outside. We then see the writers noticing Buzzsaw and Jack kinda bonding, and even him saying they can go on an afternoon flight together. Kinda sus, kinda bonding. They do fly off, but he leaves the book. D'Angelo goes to his dad, who is making a wall to ban all dragons from being up top, because I'm sure that'll work. And then he realizes the hobgoblin is gone, whose wing and leg are still hurt, so the dad agrees to help find him. They go into the well, but now it all comes out that his dad doesn't support him, and I really love these scenes.
My job as a father is to help you reach your potential.
Start helping me. I have the potential to be a great veterinarian.
But then they see the hobgoblin, but a speed stinger is here too. Tom does manage to get the book back, but trips over a trap. Buzzsaw Headsman straight up tries to kill the kid, but Thunder saves him, but didn't get the book. Buzzsaw comes down, which he himself got a new outfit with some dragon scales on him. It's pretty cool, I dig it. So Buzzsaw brings out a secret weapon. A big pointy stick, basically. As Buzzsaw explains, he can't read the book, but he can look at the pictures. So that's what the image of Dagger was, basically, which is hilarious. Back with Dee, he just goes off at his dad, and honestly, I really appreciate it. Hells yeah, stick it to the parents. They need to understand that kids can be themselves. They can have their own goals and own lives. They don't need to do what parents tell them to do.
Look, Dee, I just think you would make a better...
I don't care what you think.
So yeah, I really appreciated this, honestly. So Dad then starts realizing his mistake, especially when he sees his kid made an anti-venom to the Speed Stinger. So then goes to fist fight the Speedster, which is kinda hilarious. Of course, he fails, but the Hobgoblin comes to the rescue, defeating the Speedster. But D'Angelo then goes and helps the Speedster, showing how caring he is. So the dad gives in and agrees to keep the little dude in the house until he gets better, and in the end is really happy to have him there as like a lookout and calls him Hobbs. And that's the end of episode 1. Pretty decent episode. I liked how mad Dee got at his dad, honestly. He kind of deserved it. It's not a great first episode, but it's a good episode all the same. Episode 2. This is the worst episode ever. Like, I don't know if it's the worst episode of just this season. It's bad. I hate it. So they're out capturing flags, Buzzsaw put down as markers, but Tom and Jude are out off to the side having a little moment. Ooh. I hated that I did that. So Eugene says to Tom, you should just admit you have feelings for my sister. Of course, though, he says, no, that would be weird. She's weird. You know, that kind of speech.
She's weird. No, she's not. That's just really a stretch.
Which, of course, makes her mad. So then she flies off of her dragon, Tom follows, but Buzzsaw saw them and chases them down while the henchmen deal with the others. Tom catches up to June and tries to say something, but Buzzsaw finds them and goes to attack, but they manage to hide in a big hole in a tree that gets blocked up. The tree inside is huge, and then there's a new species of dragon that resemble a beaver, and they call them wood chippers. They're kind of cute. I kind of like them. I really don't mind them at all. Since it is just a tree, Buzzsaw realizes, oh, that's my job. I can cut them down. So yep, that starts happening with the wood chippers inside, then getting angry at Tom and June, blaming them because they don't know what's going on. The others manage to catch a headspin while Tom and June, who's still mad, as he tries to explain that, yeah, dating a childhood friend is weird. Which it is. I think we can all agree to that. It's not a simple thing. But of course, she just continually argues, and I just...
More like this wouldn't have happened if you didn't give a big, cringy speech about how unlikable and weird I am.
Once again, not liking June, because it's not like she is saying her feelings, or how about we at least give it a try? She's not saying any of that, and it's just, it's frustrating. Anyway, Tom tries bonding with a little dragon, but it doesn't work. But they realize they're kind of like a hive mind, so they might have a queen. So let's go find her. The others interrogate the henchmen with Alex saying this.
When Feathers eats, she starts at the toes and slowly works her way up to the head.
Is this a Vor thing? That sounded like a Vor thing. Why can't I escape Vor? They find a queen and god damn, June won't shut up. Constantly putting words into Tom's mouth, making him out to be the bad guy.
If you mess this up, you'll be stuck in here with me forever. And we both know you'd hate that. She doesn't think I'm so repulsive.
Yeah, he called her weird, but that's because he was clearly freaking out. How does she not get that? And so then Tom finally asks, what would you have said?
Okay, what would you have said if Eugene said that to you?
And guess what? She now gets scared and calls him dumb and stupid.
It doesn't matter what I would have said. You're being stupid.
Oh, hear that, Thunder? Now I'm dumb and stupid.
Wow. Yep, I was right. She was being an absolute cow of a person. I hate this so much. I'm so glad Tom called her out on her horse crap. So yeah, because of those two arguing, the bonding doesn't work with the queen. But they realize how to fix it. To share their feelings with each other, of course, with June saying, you start because you're supposed to. Oh my god, what an outdated nonsense idea that the man has to ask the woman out. Great lesson to the kids for the woman to never take charge, because I guess it makes them desperate, right? That's what you're saying. God, I hate this. I hate this. I hate these outdated ideas. So the others find out about Buzzsaw following Tom and June, while Thunder then pushes Tom to June and they finally admit their feelings to each other. Of course, avoiding kissing or saying I love you or anything like that. They then bond with the little wood chippers who help attack Buzzsaw. Well, they don't really do anything as the others show up as well. Blah blah blah, episode ends, and as I made clear, I don't like this episode. I liked everything with the wood chipper dragons. I like them. They're cool, but June is insufferable in this episode. Episode 3 starts with the dragons being outright thieves stealing from a grocery store. I feel like they're better trained than that, but you know this will work into the story. It's whatever. It is kind of cute watching Thunder be so confused. Thunder, though, does seem a bit sad, as it was his job to look after him.
But you have to assert yourself, pal.
Sensors go off in a whelp, and it's Sledkin and Linda, which she then does the psychotic thing of activating a bomb and just dropping it where she's standing. And it's like, you could at least throw it at the kids, which of course then makes a new cave, as everyone is perfectly fine, of course. Which this new cave leads to the Dark Realm, I believe. It's kind of confusing at this point. Sledkin comes running for help, and ta-da, a new dragon shows up that looks like a cross between a goblin and a boy band. Seriously, what's up with that hair? And why do I love it so much? Honestly, I really like this design, and I don't know why. Everyone wants off, the dragons also just want off, leaving Thunder all by himself, being very concerned, which is very fair. Thunder is then chased by the big dude who's fast considering his side. These scenes actually do feel kinda tense, and I do love this face Thunder makes.
Thunder! Over here!
Why is he so cute to me? I know a lot of people will probably find it cringe and just don't like his face, but I find that really cute. I do. I will say the Goblin Dragon, a Gobbon, if you will, doesn't have wings, so, you know, just fly up in the air and attack it from above. Just saying. Tom then tells Thunder to try and keep the dragons together. Like I said, is the plot of the episode with Thunder being a leader. And then Feathers gets blasted off again. That was kinda unintentionally hilarious. The dragon's roar also vibrates the glass rocks around them, which help find its prey, so they're kinda screwed. And like, the other dragons are all hiding, which does seem out of character for them. Like, they will do anything to protect their humans, but here? Nope. It's a bit weird, but it's whatever. Thunder does end up getting hurt, making him unable to fly, but still fights on while the dragon blasts the humans, creating a glass wall, trapping them. So it's a little bit of a game of cat and mouse as Thunder tries to find the others. It's honestly like, this is a good tense episode. I actually kind of do enjoy it. Eventually finding Plowhorn and then Wound Wei, who is trying to help Feathers, who is also hurt, which is, yeah, actually sad, and just, they have these cute moments too, as Thunder shows he is also hurt, and then puts his wing around her. It's honestly a really cute moment. Tom then randomly calls the dragon a glass caster. Gobbon was better. And the others figure a way out, blah blah, I won't go through all of it, though Tom does call it a new realm. Webmaster then gets burned to a crisp. Nah, he's fine, he just gets a cage put around him, but it was just like, damn, okay, that's happening, bye Webs. The glass caster then fights with the other dragons that fly off again. I guess Feathers is fine now. The others get out but leave Sledkin and Linda behind, and then get on their own dragons who fly in low and cool. They figure out a way to confuse the dragon with the vibrations, and then somehow using his lightning sword and Thunder's lightning, make their own glass barrier around the dragon. Sure. They go back to Sledkin, but she had cut her way out with some dragon sight. And the ending has June say she recognized the world they were in, and realizes it reminds her of one of the 9 realms of Norse mythology.
Whoever started the Norse myth about the 9 realms was talking about the worlds of dragons.
And so we finally got confirmation that, for one, the realms are basically the myth of the 9 realms. So I wonder then if they'll bring in Yggdrasil, the well tree, into the story that maybe holds up the realms, and then we got Buzzsaw, aka the tree killer, who will try cutting it down, and that's how the series will end, with them protecting freaking Yggdrasil. What is this, a Tales of game? But still, I'm fascinated with this idea. So I'm going to put it in there for either for the next season or the next season after that. Yggdrasil will be the main thing at the end, is protecting the Yggdrasil, the well tree. I'm putting that little, whatever you call it, premonition there. We also got confirmation that there is 7 realms that they have found so far.
Fire? Ice? Giant?
Today's realm makes 7, which means
There's still 2 more left.
God damn it. Damn it, they say 3 of them. You had an opportunity here to confirm what realms are a thing. And it's just God damn it. But it's a start. It's a start. Thank you, writers, for at least clarifying that there is 7 realms so far. But yeah, it's a pretty good episode. Yeah, the dragons running off scared was a bit weird, honestly. I think Thunder should have gone alpha mode to show that he is in charge and the leader and could save them. It would have been a good opportunity for it. Episode 4 starts with them arguing what they're doing, so June suggests they do a tarot card reading to set them on the right path. And oh god, you know exactly where this is going. It's got to say something bad, and at the end of the episode, that's what happens. I've seen this so many times. The card reads that the team will break up, and though they're nah, Tom right away messes it up, and so they argue. As I said, you know exactly where this is heading. Eugene also implants the idea to Tom that it's not the team breaking up, it's him and June. Up top, they meet with Dee's dad, who still has a little hobgoblin with him, so that just kind of makes me happy. I guess he's like the first parent who has a dragon, I guess. Which also, Tom's mum doesn't make a single appearance in this season. It's, yeah, she's just not here. The fake eels I spread about in the previous season are all destroyed. Tom thinks they should split up to find out what happened, but June thinks they should stay together so the cards don't come true. And with what Eugene said earlier, Tom agrees with June. We get this scene with Eugene, which did make me chuckle.
Don't be a wimp, it's fake! See? Seriously?
The dragons run off, so they gotta look for them. Of course, June persisting they do it together, and Tom again agrees. Though they pan out and we see very familiar burn marks. They find the dragon eating leaves, which D'Angelo is quick to realize are poisonous and will make their dragons very itchy. Of course, Eugene eats them too. So the cards are becoming real. One was about sickness, and honestly, here, I agree with Eugene.
Can't you see this is exactly what the tarot cards said would happen?
June, enough with the tarot cards!
June, once again, just doesn't shut it, because guess what? She is forcing them to stick together, leading them to fighting each other. She is the problem here, as usual. I really don't like her this season. I really don't. But then dun, they see a Typhoon. Very cool to see one of them again. To be clear, it is what Torch the Dragon was in the original TV series. So they fly up to deal with it, but they're too itchy and can't focus. But then they're suddenly able to, as they notice the dragon is like looking for something, so they are able to get it down on the ground, and then it's just like, yeah, they're fine. It's just, that was really pointless. Suddenly it's nighttime as the Typhoon then calls out for another Typhoon that comes in. And, well, they're just doing the eagle courting thing where they lock talons and spiral down to the earth together. Which just reminds me of a fake documentary on dragons that did the exact same thing.
At the height of her climb, they lock talons and drop in a dazzling free fall. It is the ultimate test of faith.
I love that they can't figure out how dragons mate and they just do the eagle thing. And then June gets angry at Tom because he isn't making decisions today.
What are we gonna do, June?
I don't know! Why don't you make a decision for once today? Why are you being so weird?
Ah, June, shut up. Every other episode, she gets mad when Tom doesn't do what she wants. And so now that he is, you're mad at him for doing so because he's not taking charge? Where did your brain cells go, June? She is so terribly written this season, it hurts. Like, she was so happy he agreed with her, but is now angry at him for doing so? It's so... Make up your mind, girl. It's so bad just to have them do this whole argument thing. But anyway, the dragons are spiraling down, which does look kind of cool with the flames and all that. It does generally look really cool. But they are heading straight to the town, and so the dragons take it upon themselves to save it. They move the dragons to the chasm, the team breaks up, and all that is all because of June. Let's be real here, it's all her fault with her and her cards. So we had one good episode, one bad episode, one good episode, and then another bad one. The Typhoon stuff was good, but that was such a short part of the episode. The rest of it was just them arguing over and over, and no one likes that. Why have characters constantly argue in an episode? It's not fun to watch. Episode 5 starts with Eugene and Wes playing around, which was very cute. He tries to hang with someone, but no one does though, but we do see Tom setting up his first date with June, so those two are doing okay, I guess. Eugene decides to go on his own mission, heading into the ice realm, stupidly making Webbs crash, but Webbs wants to do it again, which is very cute.
Hey, wanna play a game? Now reach out with your senses. Smooth landing. Again?
Yeah, give me a second.
They then see some flamethrowers and Eugene decides he needs a dream team. He goes to Alex's house, but not to recruit Alex, to recruit her mums, who agree on it, which is hilarious. So Tom and June luckily happen to be flying through the ice realm themselves, and they see Buzzsaw is meeting up with Sledkin and Linda. We then see Eugene's team made of Alex's mum, this dude Pete, who has appeared in like random parts of the show, Hobbs, and Nibbles, the Bubblehorn from like the second season. Like, that's kind of cool to bring him back in this kind of way. And this whole segment is hilarious. It actually had me laughing. As Eugene trains them, and he had this one moment here. Though he does almost get the other mum killed, which Alex gets very angry about, which is fair enough. So he gets upset, disbands the team, and flies off. Back with Tom and June, they sneak in closer to find out what they're talking about. Buzzsaw basically saying, if you could read the book for me, I'll let you dig up Dragonsight. Yeah, that's a good way to get them working together. That works for me. Eugene shows up at the ice round to deal with the flamethrowers with the help of Webs and the little Bubblehorn, who then messes up and gets them caught, which sets off a flare that alerts Buzzsaw. Alex up top gets Dee and Plowhorn to help track down Eugene, feeling bad for what she said to him earlier. Buzzsaw starts to get there first, but as they're about to do something, all of them appear at the same time, conveniently to save Eugene. But of course they start arguing, showing they're still not a good team. And well, Buzzsaw and Sledkin are ready for a fight. And so is Linda, which it did make me chuckle. So in a way, they work together, quite easily win, and fly off. The little Bubblehorn staying behind, though.
I like that one. You can keep it.
The Wide is still unsure if to get back together or not, and at the end of the episode, alright, this was a pretty good one. Honestly, it gave me some good laughs. I liked it. Episode 6, Sledkin has an entire lab now underground with a bunch of like high tech. Like, how she and Linda did that, I have no idea. It does look like she probably had help by Buzzsaw, as she's only now setting it up. But it's still just like, how did she get all this? But whatever, it's fine. Buzzsaw mentions he is looking for a death dragon, which interesting, curious to see what he means. It goes to Alex, who is now wearing black. Oh no, is this her villain arc? Hilarious. Because now everyone wants her to help, but she just wants to be left alone. And we even get this, sussy scene.
You should really have that looked at by a doctor.
It's probably fine.
Eugene?
What?
It basically culminates to Alex getting annoyed that they only use her as an IT department, and she tries to leave, but Thunder stops her, which leads to her tablet breaking. So again, she leaves. And honestly, yeah, I'm on her side on this one. So she's off in the crystal worm crying, with Feathers doing her best to cheer her up. And then dun, Buzzsaw shows up. The others realize they weren't good friends, and so want to get the tablet fixed. Buzzsaw is trying to find a location in the book, and Alex, in her own way, seems to want to help, or at least find out what he is up to. So yep, villain arc. Alex convinces him she can help in exchange to letting them both go. Also, this moment with Feathers made me chuckle.
You sure that dragon's secure? Oh!
The screaming part definitely is.
So Alex and Buzzsaw go off together, with Feathers staying behind with the henchmen. The others go to Alex's mum to get the tablet working, which they do, and they see Alex's signal in the realm, so go check it out. Alex and Buzzsaw comes across some of Alex's signal things in the maze area, which she happily destroys, and Buzzsaw seems quite happy as they start smashing them all up. The Riders see the henchmen have feathers, and so Tom has a plan to free her. And this is the moment you have been waiting for, viewers. And it's so out of left field, it had me laughing at how strange it is.
I have an idea.
These might be insects, but insects are animals.
It's great. It's absolutely great. But it's just so random. It's so random, but it's so good. And I love him standing up and doing the little pitter-patter he does. I live for that pitter-patter. It's so good. And I know the haters are gonna say it's so cringy, But come on, have some fun in your life. It's hilarious. Even though they kind of just use the same animation of Toothless trying to mate with Light Fury. But come on, it's hilarious. They rescue Feathers, who is freaking out, but they do notice the signals are broken. But there's a perfect line of them. I don't know how that works, but sure. So the Widers find Alex, but she goes full villain, gets Feathers, and then attacks the Widers, burying them under ice, and that even shocks Buzzsaw. And later, he calls Alex a friend for protecting him. Oh, he ain't gonna like it when this all turns out to be a lie. So Alex has led him to the Death Dragon, tells her to be careful with the book, so he hands it over to her, once again calling her friend. And it's a little aww, but also, yeah, she was not a villain, because now she has the book, she runs off, she meets the other Widers, and they fly off together. Buzzsaw being very mad about it. But then, because he lost, he goes home, complains to Sledkin that he lost the book, but Sledkin did the smartest thing yet. Took photos of the book, so they still have the information they need, basically. They all apologize, and Alex tells them everything and says, see, I am more useful and not just the IT gal. Fair enough. Alex then finally shows the part of the book that Buzzsaw has been looking at, Jude recognizes is in the Dark Realm. And end of episode. It's a pretty good episode as well. I do wish I did slightly more with the idea that Alex betrayed him. Like, make it 2 episodes and not make it so obvious that she isn't actually helping Buzzsaw. Because, yeah, I went through those episodes not really talking about those kind of moments, but she does make it pretty obvious that she's not actually helping Buzzsaw. And I feel like they could have done a better job with that. But it was still a perfectly fine episode. And we did get that amazing dance from Thunder. Episode 7, the final episode, finally. I'm so tired, I'm so done. But finally, episode 7. Buzzsaw is looking for the Death Dragon in the Dark World, while June figures out that the Dark Realm is essentially Helheim from Norse mythology, aka the Underworld. And the giant serpent in the book is Jormungandr, whatever this word is, or wherever I'm going to put it, or just whatever that word is.
Jormungandr.
The world serpent, in other words. In short terms, in pop culture terms, the big dude from God of War. And it's apparently the apex predator to all dragons. Honestly, this story here is really effing interesting. This is what I wanted out of a show inspired by Vikings. It's actually exploring the idea of the realms and going deeper into Norse mythos. This is interesting. I'm intrigued as to what they do here, because now they have a show. They have a good idea here, so please don't screw this up. And yeah, maybe it doesn't quite work with How to Train Your Dragons, but technically they are Vikings. They believe in Odin, and so it makes sense to kind of delve deeper into Norse mythos as we modern day know them. They also say this might be the reason why dragons are scared of eels, because it looks like a giant eel. Honestly, not the worst idea. They have never really explained it besides one episode where Toothless went on a drug trip after eating an eel by mistake. But to me, it does make more sense. It's more so in their DNA to be scared of this apex predator. It's not a bad idea. Because if it's basically, oh no, it's just like poison to them if they eat them, why did the dragons eat the leaves then that made them all itchy and was poisonous to them, basically? It doesn't quite work exactly in that kind of way. So I think it works pretty well here, honestly. I don't mind it. June figures out where to go, so they head down to where I thought the Dark Realm was originally, and they kind of do say it is the Dark Realm, so I am kind of correct there. Where they got, attacked by the Razor Whip Dragon. So once again, they argue, but quickly D'Angelo stops it and says the mission is too important. So they keep on flying and realize the entrance might have a guardian because Helheim has a guardian. And they realize it was the Crystal Whip. Not the Razor Whip, Crystal Whip. Okay, sure, same thing, whatever. So they find the entrance with a whip down below, looking quite dead, but no, it was just stung by Buzzsaw. They start arguing once again before the terrible terrorists show up and start lighting up Wet Dragon's sight, like they're lighting up a path. And then they keep on arguing, and it gets real tiring until D'Angelo just explodes at them. And it's like, damn, I kinda love everything he says here.
June! Your stupid myths and tarot cards are what broke us up to begin with. You call yourself a leader? You're a joke.
But basically, it's the red dragon site that's making them angry at each other. Oh no. It's like the red kryptonite in Smallville that would make Clark, aka Superman, if you ever if you don't know what Smallville is, it's Superman. If you don't know what that is, yep, the red kryptonite turns him into a bad boy. It's so stupid, but they were good episodes. But yeah, it's so stupid, and that's what this is doing. Oh no, good job, writers. Red means anger, I guess. But if red means anger, doesn't mean I'm angry. I mean, I'm angry at June. I hate June in the season, so maybe they're correct. And so they decide to just let it all out, with Eugene having a go at them, which Tom asks, well, what is his crime? And his crime? Believing in them. Aw. Dang. So, like, okay, honestly, I've hated how much they have argued this season, but I'm so glad they're addressing every little thing here. Like, they're doing what the characters needed to hear. And in a way, this kind of makes up for it, honestly. I understand now it was all to get to this point. So, yeah, I guess as long as I don't do it in future seasons, and this was like the one season that they all argue and it gets to this point, then, in a way, I kind of forgive them. I feel like if I re-watch it, I know where this is going. I know that they'll yell at each other and do this one whole big spat at each other. So it's not so bad then in the end. So now the Dragon Warriors are back as a team and they fly off. Then they come across a giant gate, adding some good intense music that's only been in this one episode. And Hiccup's dragon symbol is above it. Okay, now we definitely need to see past stuff of Hiccup fighting this dragon and locking him away. Please do some past stuff. That'll be just so interesting. Tom sees the symbol above the door and so concludes Hiccup must have locked him away. And then Thunder finds a mechanism that perfectly fits his head shape. So he tries to open the door, but his teeth get in the way. That's kinda hilarious. Then Buzzsaw shows up and dun dun dun, he now has the Sky Torture under his control. That was kind of a cool reveal, I do admit to that. Even though I would like to see how, but it's fine. That's kind of what the whole flamethrower dragons were doing kind of around him in the earlier episode. So it was kind of planned out already. And so, alright, it's fine. It's whatever. So, fight time, but Thunder gets thrown towards a mechanism while the Sky Torture then creeps up on Tom. Thunder once again tries the mechanism, but still isn't able to, and so he wars and he retracts his teeth, grabs a hold of it, retracts them back down, and is able to pull it open. But yeah, that's really cute, clever, and fun way to add in the retractable teeth, which I hope in the next season they do go more into Hiccup having the same kind of dragon as Tom has. I really wish they explored that more. That's definitely, if you guys are listening for some reason, that's what you need to do, is explore Toothless more. You've done Hiccup, but explore Toothless and him having the same dragon. That's what needs to happen. Come on, please. Explore the Night Furies, explore the Night Lights and all that, please. Because you never talked about Thunder being a nightlight. It's never talked about at all. So that is the one request I definitely have. But yeah, I guess it's also kind of funny they didn't know he could retract his teeth at all. But whatever, it's cute, it's clever, I liked it. But yeah, so the gate slowly opens and suddenly a giant dragon comes out, grabs the Sky Torture, drags it back, and then just eats it. Like, damn, that is the darkest thing yet. Really showing how much of a threat this dragon is as it then slides off and that's the end of the season. Honestly, what a great end to a season, setting up the World Serpent as the big bad of the next season. That's brilliant, even though it didn't seem as big, or at least as long as it needed to, but whatever, perspective is hard, it's fine. That was cool though, that was a good, emotional, and just well done, solid episode and ending. There's a part of me thinking next season might be the last, or at least 2 more seasons, now that we've got, the World Serpent basically come out and be the villain kind of thing, and I said now that there's 7 realms. I'm not sure if, the Dark Realm counts as an 8th one, this, area that they found. I'm not entirely sure. I'm pretty sure it's only just 7 at the moment. So technically, I guess there's still 2 more realms. So they'll probably find one with, like, yeah, the World Serpent. World Serpent will end up in a realm that they go to. And then after that, they'll explore the Ninth Realm, which I've got to guess is where Yggdrasil is. I bet you. I bet that's what's got to happen. But yeah, so that was the 7th season of Dragons and Iron Realms. And it was a wacky one. It had one of the worst episodes ever. June was awful this season. There was no moments like in the previous season that I really loved. But I like some of the action. I like the new dragons. I like where the story is going. This season made me laugh quite a lot. Overall, as much as I was kind of like soured by the 2nd and 4th episode, I generally did enjoy this season. And so I think I will give it a 7 out of 10 foxes. There was some good moments here and there, but also some bad stuff. But overall, I enjoyed it enough because in the end, like, all the arguing and all that was solved in a good way that did make me go, yes, finally, tell him off. Tell these characters what they need to hear. And I did that. So I enjoyed that aspect of it in the end. So I do think a 7 will do. But what do you guys think? Did you watch this season? If you did, let me know your thoughts on it. And let me know your thoughts on this video by commenting down below. And also give this video a like and subscribe to my channel because I love you if you do. Hit that bell icon and VitoFox says, be who you want to be. Alright guys, bye for now.